Toby's afternoon off. The engines of Sodor are very friendly. And no one is more friendly than Toby. Toby is a happy, smiling steam train with lots of friends. There's Mavis at the quarry. Salty at the docks. And Thomas. They're all Toby's friends. One day, Toby had finished all his jobs early. He was going to spend the afternoon at the farm. Toby loved visiting the animals. As he was about to leave, Sir Topham had arrived.
Toby, he said, I have 3 special jobs. As you have finished early, you will have time to do all of them.
Yes, sir, puffed Toby. But Toby was worried. He liked being useful, but 3 jobs would take him the rest of the day. Now he would have no time to go to the farm. Toby puffed off. He felt sad. But then he had an idea. Perhaps he could get everything done in time. All I need is some help with just one of my jobs. I'll ask one of my friends. Toby's first job was to shunt some freight cars at the yards. As he arrived, he saw Mavis. Mavis will help me, he thought. Sorry, Toby, no time to talk, Mavis puffed as she steamed past him. Toby was upset. He'd been sure Mavis would help him. I'll just have to shunt the freight cars on my own, he puffed sadly. Next, Toby had to collect some empty freight cars from the depot. As he arrived, Thomas was leaving. Thomas, called Toby, wait! Will you help me take some freight cars? Asked Toby. Sorry, Toby, chuffed Thomas. I'm in a hurry. I'll help you later. And Thomas raced away. Toby was surprised. Mavis and Thomas had both rushed off very quickly. Now he would have to take the freight cars to the coaling plant himself. It was getting late. Toby was worried he wouldn't get to the farm, and he wouldn't get to see the animals. Once Toby had delivered the freight cars, he rushed to his last job at Brendan Docks. Perhaps my friend Salty will help me. But as Toby arrived, Salty was rushing towards him. Salty, cried Toby, stop please. I have to help Cranky unload lots of cargo, puffed Toby. But I'm running out of time. Will you help me? Sorry, Toby, said Salty, but I have an important delivery. This piston rod is too important to wait, matey. Toby felt miserable. He knew deliveries were important, but he thought helping a friend was important too. Neither Mavis, Thomas, nor Salty had helped Toby. And I thought they were my friends, puffed Toby sadly. He would have to move all that cargo on his own. Now he'd never get to the farm. Toby pulled up alongside Cranky. What are you waiting for? Cranked Cranky. I'm here to pick up the cargo, said Toby sadly. The ship's been caught in rough seas, Cranky snapped. The cargo won't be here till morning. Toby was delighted. Now he'd have time to get to the farm. So he raced off. Then Toby saw Henry in a siding. Where are you going in such a hurry? Wheezed Henry sadly. Toby told him all about wanting to go to the farm, and all about Mavis and Thomas and Salty. I thought friends helped each other, Toby wished, but they were all too busy to help me. That's because they've all been helping me, puffed Henry. Toby was surprised. I broke down, said Henry, so Mavis brought my special coal. Thomas took my passengers, and Salty brought me a new piston rod. Toby knew he had made a mistake. Mavis, Thomas, and Salty had been helping a friend after all. They were all helping you, gasped Toby. Toby felt very silly. Is there anything I can do to help you, Henry? He asked. Henry was surprised. But then, you won't get to the farm to see the animals, said Henry. It doesn't matter, said Toby. Helping a friend is much more important. What can I do? Henry asked Toby to take his passenger cars to Knapford Station. Henry's cars were very, very heavy. I don't know if I will be able to move them, said Toby, but I'm going to try. Toby coupled up to the passenger cars. He heaved and hauled and puffed and pulled. At last, Henry's cars began to move. Henry was very pleased. Thank you, Toby, he called as Toby puffed away. Sorry about your afternoon off. But Toby didn't mind. He was helping a friend, and that was better than